Today I have with me a special guest, a covenant woman, and her name is Mrs. Karen Anderson Rouse. Let me find out about the issue of now homework or the child after school, because what happens is we have somehow in our society left most of the learning, the teaching of the children, the life skills that we were taught of at home, the loyalty, how to be loyal at home, how to do chores, and how to finish a task. We were taught these things as children in the home environment. But today, now, that's a major teaching life skills and so on, because the home has broken down. Now, how could we help the child, not just depending on the system and the school, but at home, even after school now, to continue proper learning? Yeah.
And that's a keen observation that you've made, because many teachers, they talk about that. They can tell what home the students come from by their behavior. And you're right.
Okay.
We ought not to give up, parents ought not to give that responsibility to teachers.
Okay.
And really, discipline,
Mm-hmm.
you learn discipline by doing those chores it spoke about.
Yeah.
By making your child accountable, by giving him, setting goals.
Him or her?
Yes. I keep saying, maybe it's because I teach in a boys' school and always him, but yes. Yes. And, you said even at home,
Yes.
having a study timetable is so important. Involving your child in healthy extracurricular activities.
Right.
Playing sport, playing music.
Also, they could still play sport and they could still play do music, not just the books.
Because they learn discipline through those things. And
Good, very good.
You would hardly find, an ill-disciplined athlete or a musician, because it takes hours and hours of practice.
Discipline,
and that same idea of, practicing my piece in order to do well, is the same attitude that they would take with their schoolwork. They will know that I have a goal, I want to pass this exam. Yes, my friends are lying tonight, but I can't go. I'm going to focus, and that's important.
That's good. There are parents who say, look, I cannot do the maths, my children. I cannot help my child in that homework. I have to send my child out of the home because I don't understand the maths of today. It's different from yesterday. I can hear some of you laughing in your homes because at some point in time, all of us felt like that, helpless. How could we help them in certain subjects and so on?
But that's okay if you don't know it. You are the one who is working for money, and you pay a tutor to help them.
Karen, I love you.
No, that's okay.
Don't you love this lady?
That's okay. That's okay. I don't know anybody who's an expert in everything, and that's okay.
Okay.
You will get somebody to help that child, and that is part of the parental support that we spoke about earlier.
Okay.
And that's why it's so important to monitor your child's work. You don't see your child failing math every term and never make an intervention. You never call to find out about the teacher, and never ask the teacher for recommendations on what I can do. He could probably, I don't know, send you to a website or recommend a teacher or something. But that is part of the concern. You don't just accept, well, he can't do maths. No, you find a way to help him. And yes, getting extra classes is one way.
Yeah. I want to go back as we wind up. I want to go back to that topic of peer pressure. And I love how you encourage, and I want you to encourage some parents, some mother, some father, even their children who may be looking. I want you to encourage them as far as standing up to peer pressure as they go into the new environment. Yeah.
Unfortunately, bullying is on the rise in our schools and we must equip our children for it. And the first thing I would say is walk away from confrontational situations. You would find children saying things about the famous thing, especially boys. You can't talk about their mother, so they know that if you speak about your mother, you're supposed to fight it. It's not necessary. You know your mother is not that. Leave it alone. Walk away.
Yes.
Somebody will say you're a coward or you this, you that, but that's okay. Prepare them. People will call you names, but that's okay. I know who I am. And that comes from the parent letting the child know, hey, you are loved here. You are loved. You are so and so and so. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. And so you walk away. And of course, it's important to speak to an adult, speak to a counselor, speak to the safety officer at your school, speak to a teacher, speak to the principal. You talk to every adult you know about if you are being bullied at school. Let them know about the situation. Talk to your parent. And that's another thing too, parents. We have to make sure that our children feel safe to talk to us.
That's
because
good.
Things are going on in school, and we have sometimes children are afraid to admit that things are going wrong at school, and even bullies, of course, threaten them. And if you say this will happen to you. So we have to establish that from early o'clock. And many times, bullies will say, well, you can't snitch. They will call you a snitch if you tell your parent. That's okay. You be a snitch. Be a snitch. Be a snitch. Tell somebody. Tell somebody, because that's important. Let them know. Let them do something about your situation. And of course, try not to make yourself vulnerable by being a victim. Don't walk by yourself. Don't walk down the corridors by yourself. Don't sit down and eat lunch under the tree by yourself. Be with people. Be with friends. Okay? Make sure there are always witnesses.
I like that. Don't leave yourself open for victimization.
Yes.
Be with someone,
But even parents do. Some parents, they give their children the most expensive cell phones to go to school.
Okay, talk to me now. Talk. Come on.
Expensive cell phones, one set of money to spend in school. I know I'm giving you a fruit every day. I'm making sure you get a balanced meal. You don't need all of that money to go to school to be a victim.
All right.
That's what bullies do. They will take away your snacks. They will take away your money. They take away your cell phone. No. They don't need brand name shoes all the time. They don't need it. I'm sorry. They don't need it. You have to, because children go to PE and they lose their bags, their transport, they lose their shoes. No. We are setting up our children sometimes.
So should parents adhere to the uniform? If it is a simple black sneakers, purchase a simple black sneakers.
I agree. And we are also teaching our students, our children, disrespect for the school rules when we ourselves don't obey them.
Right.
The school rule, for example, in my school, you're not allowed to have cell phones with cameras.
Yes. Yes.
Well, there are many students with cell phones and cameras. They're not supposed to have their cell phone on during class.
Yes.
And yet, Miss, I can answer phone, mommy calling. Why is mommy calling? Mommy isn't done yet. She knows when school finishes. So even that, we must support the school rules.
Oh, well, on this, we come to a close here. What? Mommy, you cannot call your son or daughter during school hours on the cell phone. We have to train our children to respect the rules of the school that they attend. It's very important. And if we teach them to do that, they would respect us as their parents even more. They would have respect for authority. They would grow as responsible citizens of the nation. Because I often say these are the children, Karen, who in the next few years would be laying down laws concerning your pension and my pension.
Exactly.
So if we create children who don't feel, they don't have that conscience,
and they don't respect authority,
we will have a
lawless
lawless.
society.
And look at what's happening, the crime and all that is happening. We have so many of our children, young people involved in it. And we are saying, we are making a serious call today as your son, daughter. Even if you are older and you're going out to tertiary level education, the same thing applies. Same level peer pressure. And a lot of them, the church loses them when they go to tertiary education because they don't stay as committed. A lot of the children are ashamed of Christ in the school. Give a last word on that. How should they walk with God? Should they acknowledge God in the schools, IS, groups that they have, and so on?
Definitely.
What should the parents encourage?
In most government schools, we have ICF, and we must advise our children to associate with other Christian children. I'm not saying you mustn't have unsafe friends, but certainly you need sometimes a Christian brother or sister to encourage you in the things of the Lord. So that is very important. Associate with other Christians.
Yeah. All right. So on that note, we want to say thank you so much for viewing Covenant Woman. We are committed. We are committed to teach, to encourage, and to allow Scripture to guide us into how we live and into what we teach, so that we have strong families, strong communities, strong nation.